Nothing will disquiet the heart of a good man so much as the sense of God's anger. The way to keep the heart quiet is to keep ourselves in the love of God, but a sense of guilt is too heavy to bear, and would sink men into despair and ruin unless removed by the pardoning mercy of God. If there were not sin in our souls, there would be no pain in our bones, no illness in our bodies. The guilt of sin is a burden to the whole creation, which groans under it. It will be a burden to the sinners themselves when they are heavy laden under it, or a burden of ruin when it sinks them to hell. When we perceive our true condition, the good physician will be valued, sought, and obeyed. Yet many let their wounds rankle, because they delay to go to their merciful friend. When, at any time, we are distempered in our bodies, we ought to remember how God has been dishonored in and by our bodies. The groanings which cannot be uttered are not hid from him that searches the heart, and knows the mind of the Spirit. David, in his troubles, was a type of Christ in his agonies, of Christ on his cross, suffering and deserted. Wicked men hate goodness, even when they benefit by it. So the psalmist complains of his enemies, saying, "If I had cherished iniquity in my heart, the Lord would not have listened in this." And in what follows, David seems to have respect to Christ. For our enemies do us real mischief only when they drive us from God and our duty. The true believer's trouble will be made useful. He will learn to wait for his God and will not seek relief from the world or himself. The less we notice the unkindness and injuries that are done us, the more we consult the quiet of our own minds. David's troubles were the chastisement and the consequence of his transgressions. Whilst Christ suffered for our sins and ours only, what right can a sinner have to yield to impatience or anger when mercifully corrected for his sins? David was very sensible of the present workings of corruption in him. Good men, by setting their sorrow continually before them, have been ready to fall. But by setting God always before them, they have kept their standing.